focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
Hello family members, welcome back to the continuation of our travel to Nigeria vlog. So we arrived Oron Beach, got out of the boat and went to a park to take a car from there. So this is the park called Palace Travels Nigeria. We had to take a car from here to PH or Port Harcourt, and these are the vehicles that move to Port Harcourt. In Nigeria they call them Sienna, but in Cameroon we call them picnic cars. So we have to pay our money, our ticket. As you can see, Oron to PH is 5,000. So for Stacy and I, that would be 10k. And the Igbo girl in Stacy came out. She had to count the money over and over before handing it over to them to make sure that nobody's cheating anybody. You see how counting money like a full-blown Nigeria babe. Oron is a border town found in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. So this travel agency not only goes to Port Harcourt, they equally have other towns they go to. So as you can see from their board, it's just by the road. So you have Oron to Port Harcourt, PH, Oron to Warri, Oron to Calabar, and Oron to Bayelsa. So we paid our tickets, we left our boxes at this place and went to go and look for a hotel nearby for us to freshen up because we still had a long way to go. We still had about 17 hours on the road to get to our final destination, which was Lagos. And we found this pretty cheap hotel for 5k, where we just had to like freshen up. I had to take off the turtleneck I was wearing inside because it was really hot and all of that. And I'm like, Nigeria, so you guys have hotels for like 5k. I was kind of impressed because the bed was good. After we freshened up, we went to go look for something to eat. We went to this place called Exclusive Unique Taste, which is popularly known as Unique in this town. So we took a bike from the hotel to this place. We walked into the restaurant and family members, guess what? All the meals they prepared for that day were finished except banga soup and eba or gari, which was left available. We do have banga soup and gari in my country, Cameroon, so I knew my taste buds were not going to be too surprised. This is how the food came. And in Nigeria, they do have this thing where when you buy food or you pay for food, they give you a bottle of water or mineral or what we call juice in Cameroon as complimentary pack with the food. So I dived into the food, and to be honest, it did not taste so much different from the banga soup I know in my country. The only visible difference was that it's slightly thicker than our regular banga soup in Cameroon, and they have more vegetable in the soup compared to our own. By the time I was done eating, I realized that they put periwinkles in the banga soup. Now, periwinkles is a seafood, sea snail, if I can say so. You eat it by sucking the shell to pull out water or whatever that comes out from inside. To be honest, I was not interested in trying it, so I did not even eat it because it just felt in my head like I was sucking snail and pulling out the slimy water from inside, which it did not even feel in my head like it was going to be nice. So I was not ready for that experience, so I left it quietly. And this is what the plate was looking at by the time I was done. Stacy was still eating, and then family members I now collected my cold bottle of water and drank it, only for me to realize when I arrived to the house that this water was expired. So they were basically selling expired water to customers when they come to eat. I'm like, Nigeria, how can you serve people expired water? Is it how much you guys are looking for money? As in this country, this was just welcome to Nigeria. We finished eating, went back to the park, got into the car and headed for PH. Now they told us so many scary stories about this road at night, and we left Oron at about 6 p.m. The stories they said, family members, so scary. Stacy and I literally had to hold hands inside the car, and we prayed that whatever insecurity this road is known for, it shall shall not be our portion. We shall reach safely. It was so scary. At some point at night, the driver had to park by the side of the road to wait for another car to join us before we could continue our journey, because he said on that road bad boys usually attack cars. Now we got to PH safely, thankfully to God, and we got into another bus headed to Lagos. This is what they call in Nigeria their luxury buses, and family members, the luxury was not luxury. Anyway, we got into the bus and we headed for Lagos.
At this point, this is all of our money. 3K.
We left PH at about 11 p.m. and we slept all through the journey. I only opened my eyes at about 9 a.m. and we're just entering Lagos. I now understood why we paid 25k per person for a bus to Lagos. The window for their luxury bus was broken. See, cold wanted to finish us at night. God. We got to our bus stop called Ojota bus stop. Now Lagos has so many bus stops. Depending on what part of Lagos you're going to, will it determine the bus stop you're going to stop at. So Stacy and I dropped here. Stacy went to go and buy a SIM card, which is a whole story. We're going to talk about that. And I sat here watching our boxes, and then I saw buses passing shouting Oju Elegba, Yaba, Maryland, and I'm like, oh, welcome to Nigeria. So we finally booked our Uber ride. And family members, the journey from here to our guest house, I had so many first impressions about Lagos, Nigeria, which I'm going to share with you all in another video, because I don't think in this video it can contain all of it. So let me give you guys a gist about what happened when Stacy went to buy the SIM card. So we got to that bus station. We needed to get connected for us to move from there, because you need to book an Uber and you need connection to book an Uber, and we needed to still book our guest house online, right? So Stacy went to go and buy the SIM card. She came back and family members, the SIM card wasn't working. She went back to where she bought the SIM card and they told her you need to register the SIM card. You need an NIN to register the SIM card, which is Nigerian identification number. And of course, we are not Nigerians, so we cannot have an NIN. That was the beginning of our troubles in Lagos. Now we sat at that bus station so frustrated, like we were like, how do we move from here? And Lagos is such a crazy town. Everybody is suspicious of everybody. Nobody trusts you. How do you start telling somebody that, please, can you help teta me or share me connection? I need to get online to find my way from here. It was so crazy. So we sat there for about 2 hours until one woman spoke to me in Yoruba. I responded in English and she now asks me, I have been sitting here for so long, what's happening? I now explained it to her how my sister is up and down trying to sort out SIM card, we need connection and all of that. And then she explains it to one of her colleagues, and the man was kind enough to share us data, family members. That was how when Stacy came back, the man finally shared us his data. Stacy got connected. She booked this Uber ride to take us to our guest house, and that was how we left that place. See, I'm so thankful to that woman who even bothered to listen to our story, and her colleague who offered to share us his connection. Thank you so much. We got to understand that despite all the negative stories you hear about Lagos, Nigeria, regardless, there are still good people who exist in that town and country. While in this Uber, we started panicking slightly, like how do we navigate our way through Lagos without connection, without a SIM card? I mean, data is the least of things we could ask for in a strange man's country. We needed to get online to tell our families who have arrived and all of that. See, at this point I was so stressed. I don't even know how my earrings disappeared from my ear, because I left my father's house with both earrings and I got to Lagos without earrings. I was just feeling stressed. My face was dark. Everything was just happening at the same time after traveling for almost over 30 hours on the road. If tired was a person, it would definitely be me. While in the car, Stacy begged the Uber driver to please share his connection with her, and he was kind enough to share with her. She wanted to be online, to be following Google Maps, just so he doesn't carry us to where we don't know. So we arrived at our guest house, and this is what it looks like from the door. You have the parlor, and this is basically what the parlor looks like, right? This trip, we saw the hand of God every step of the way. Kai, it pays to trust God, believe me, because when the Bible says, I will never leave you nor forsake you, I will direct your every step. See, God is so intentional about his children. Everything feels like it was really orchestrated by God. It was no mistake or no coincidence that we found ourselves where we found ourselves at the time where we found ourselves. Because tell me why we got to this place and our host was so kind enough. See, the guy helped us so much. He shared his connection with us all through the period which we were there, and then times when we lacked cash, we did not have cash on us, this guy used his money to buy us bread and stuff to drink tea. See, family members in Nigeria, in an economy where everybody is shining their eyes, see, how do you get to meet people who offer to use their money to get you stuff? Like, they're just kind. I was just like, my God, see, God is just so intentional about his children. May God send timely helpers your way when you need them. Despite all the negative stories you hear about Nigerians in their country and in other parts of the world, they still have good people that exist in their country. One thing I noticed about Nigerians is that they are extremists. If you meet the good ones, they are extremely good, and if you meet the bad ones, they are extremely bad, as in they are wicked. They want to extort you. They have no empathy for you, especially if they know that you're a foreigner. So I just know that they are extremists. So when you come to Nigeria, please pray that you meet the right Nigerians, because once you meet the good ones, now lucky be that you have just made it. This was where I discovered that, oh, they actually sold us expired water. After I had already drank it, I wanted to drink some more after arriving here, and I realized, oh, Stacy, this water they gave us was actually expired. Oh, see, this country, the hardship in this country, it just makes everybody to do anything just to have money. So we slept after we showered and we woke up at about 9 p.m. Went out to go get something to eat, and most of the restaurants were closed. We had to get fast food. I got shawarma. Family members, Nigeria shawarma is basically cabbage and a little bit of sausage, and I'm like, Nigeria, is this what you guys call shawarma? Anyway, I ate it because I was just hungry. After eating this, I called it a night for me. I went to bed to continue resting because that journey was a journey. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned as we explore Lagos, Nigeria together. See you on the next one. Bye.